And we're back, freshly rinsed. Um, so I started off today, giving it a nice scrub. If you checked out the last video, while my hair was in its hair mask, which again, Bask and Bloom, my go-to. While I was in the hair mask, we did some faux freckles. So we've got yet another video coming at you to do the final look with this. But today we are going to be doing putting in some twists. Now I'm going to show you a couple ways to do it first, and then we'll actually get to what it is that we're doing, and we'll take it from there. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the crown in all her glory here, freshly washed and ready to rock. As you can see, it's got a ton of volume all over, which honestly, if I wanted to just kind of go like this, it'll stay for a little bit and then it's gonna start getting all kind of crazy. But today we're gonna just take a look at a couple different twist techniques, and it just depends on what you're trying to do, what you want to do, how that's going to kind of shape what your curls are going to look like. I'm not mad at how they're turning out right now. I'm actually pretty pleased. But anyway, let's go in. So again, I start with my aloe gel, just to get that moisture really sealed in there. You can use the aloe straight from the plant if you want to. I've got a couple products that I use. This one's a little bit low, but this one is my favorite. This is the one that I use on my face, and if I have more, then I use it on my hair too. But as you can see, I've got a massive amount of hair. So in the case where I don't have this brand, I use Fruit of the Earth. That one you could find at the Walmart. It's like $2, something like that. But the last time I checked, they were out. So now I've moved on to, this one's just by Up and Up from Target. Aloe vera gel. Okay. So we're going to get a little bit in here. Actually, a fair amount. I say a little bit, but yeah, it's a fair amount. And I'm just going to work this through my hands and gently kind of pat that into the areas before I start to work it in. That way it's dispersed, and I'm making sure that I don't have like areas that are just clumped while other areas get left dry. Just kind of pull that through. Nothing too harsh. I want to make sure I get my edges. And any spots that don't have it, I'll just get another little dollop and kind of work that in there. Not a huge one this time, but just enough. Okay. See, just a little bit. And again, just kind of pat that in there. Make sure some of these ends are covered. Okay. Really quick, really easy. Done and done. Now, before I use the actual product in there, because I do have a twisting cream that came in my Bask and Bloom set. But before I do that, I want to show you a couple of the techniques that we can use. And then that way you kind of get an idea, okay, well, what, curl style am I going for today? And then when you go to actually do it, that's when you're going to want to use your products to set that look. Okay. All right. So I had a little bit of excess aloe on my hand. So I just kind of, rubbed it in because it's good. It's good. You can put it wherever it is that you need it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my comb and we're going to part a little section so I can show you a couple different ways to do a twist. So I'm just going to start somewhere in the middle of this mop and kind of come on down. Okay. the middle. All right, there we go. And part that on down. Okay. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the Bantu knot. These are fun. These are when you want a nice, because when you do a Bantu knot, it creates a very nice, tight spiral. If you're looking for more so the volume than the actual length, the Bantu knot is going to be for you. I will see if I can find a way to get a photo. Listen, you already have seen my tech skills, so if I can get a picture on here to show you what I'm talking about, I will. You know, if not, we'll figure something out. But Bantu knots are really great when you want like a volumized curl, and you can either take a nice chunk of section of hair and just start twisting it by itself. That's going to create a chunkier curl. But what I like to do is I'll take a nice generous section and split it in two. And then I will twist them both around individually, and then twist them together. And then when you go to do the Bantu, it is just literally twisting the hairs around themselves. So now by me taking those individualized sections, when this comes out, it's going to keep, all the hair is going to keep the same shape. Can you see that? It's going to keep the same shape, but when it comes out, and usually I just kind of pull gently here, let it naturally kind of do its thing. Then it's going to come out into individual portions like this. It'll be tighter, obviously, because it'll be dried. And then you would just separate your sections like that. So it'll create a smaller one. If you wanted to do the one section, you know, you're more than welcome to do so. So another way to twist is, instead of doing like individualized twists, you can do one in a full section. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have that first part. I'm going to create an identical one just next to it. And now for this, we're going to be twisting the hair down the head in kind of a two style or two-stranded kind of twist. It's a play on the flat twist, but you're going to be alternating sections of hair. Okay. So again, this is just a trial run without the actual product, because this isn't the kind of twist that we're doing. So you're going to take the first piece and the second. The first piece is going to tuck directly underneath the second, and then you're going to pick up some hair from the bottom with that. So now you've got, your first piece has a little extra hair. The second one is now going to tuck under the first. You're going to pick up that hair and then switch. First piece of hair, pick up another section, twist it around, you're at the second. You're going to pick up some hair, twist it around, you're at the first. And I know it's kind of hard to see because my hair is a little bit thick, but we're just alternating sections. So then by the time you get to the end, you can see how it's kind of twisted down like that. And, you know, of course, with the product, it's a lot neater. You can twist it down to the end and leave it. You can take this, you can put it in a roller. Or what I do sometimes is I will take it and do that single Bantu. At the very end and leave it, wrap it up. So what it's going to create is, this is going to be loose, so you'll maintain a little bit of the length, and then the very ends will have that spiral. Okay, but again, that's not the twist that we're doing today, so I'm going to take this out and hope and pray that I haven't manipulated it too much to not achieve the look that we're going for. So now my hair is super thick, and it, you know, it does take a minute to get through. So I'm going to show you a few, and then off camera, I'm going to finish it up so I can show you kind of what we're doing here, because otherwise we're going to be sitting together forever. All right. So I don't do any rhyme or reason with these because I'm not, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not out in public. If you are going out and you want to do a twist look, you want to make sure that you are taking probably a fine tooth comb and really getting your sections. It'll look something like when you're doing individuals or box braids, where you'll have like a nice clean section. Even that's not it, but still. I'm just kind of taking a little bit of hair at a time and going through. So that's a good enough section for me. I'm going to take my little scrunchie and pull the rest of this hair out of the way as best I can. Okay? So there we go. So now I'm going in with the Bask and Bloom, the Mango Castor Twisting Cream. Oh, and I've got some on the lid here, so we're going to use that. Just going to take a little bit, little dollop, and work that all the way down. Really want to make sure those ends are coated. And then to do the two-stranded twist, it's kind of just the same thing that we were just displaying there, where you're taking one end and just twisting it over the other, split it right in the middle, and twist over and over. And then thankfully we've got our ends coated, so I usually just twirl my little finger and boom, and we've got a twist, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now you can take bigger sections of hair because, again, like I said, this is going to be dependent upon the kind of curl that you're going for. Me, I don't typically do these because it is time consuming. I prefer Bantu knots, you know, because there's a larger section, or the second one that I showed you where you're basically just twisting down the hair, because you can just do that all over your head and it takes up a lot more space and a lot less time. But whatever your préférence, c'est la vie. All right, let's continue. So just getting a little bit more product. And just making sure that the hair, especially at the ends, has some twisting cream, because this is going to help, you know, hold it, but it's also going to help make sure that your hair stays moisturized while this is in this protective style. You don't want it getting, you know, super dried out, because you're going to start seeing like matting and breakage, and, you know, nobody wants to do that. Okay, so again, I've split this one in half kind of diagonally because my section is a little bit wider. All right, and we are just going to twist it. Now you can, my hair I will air set over the course of, you know, a couple days or so. You can set your hair under like a heated dryer. You know, a lot of times when you're going to the salons, they're not just going to let you walk out like, you know, they'll put you under a dryer to get these to set and then twist them out. But, you know, I'm home. I'm not doing much of anything. I'm not going anywhere. And so I'll just let it sit in there for a couple days and then take them down and kind of rock what we've got. All right, so just kind of getting another little section here, pinning the rest of the hair back. And you get the idea, you know. So make sure that you are, you know, kind of using the same size sections, you know, just so you're getting more of a uniformed curl, but it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. The beauty is that once you're ready to do your twist out, you'll be able to see, you know, kind of what you want to do or have something in mind of how you want your curls to lay. And you can, you know, if they didn't turn out perfect, you know, there's always different ways to kind of mask the imperfections there. You know, nobody's perfect. So just do your best, and you know, if all else fails, you can bobby pin it. You can do like half up, half down styles. You can do all kinds of fun, you know, innovative things with your hair. All right, so I'm going to take this next section down here. And then kind of work my way up there. But you are getting the idea, and then the whole point is just to get across the head and get everything twisted, and the end result is fantastic, and it does last. You know, with proper maintenance, you can have it last a week, maybe a week and some change, and then it'll be time to switch it up and do something new. Whether you're doing this at home, or, you know, if you're having a stylist maybe help you do this for the first time. You know, it's really fun to kind of see what your curls can do, because it's not just, all right, I'm going to wash, you know, condition, get out of the shower and go. You know, sometimes there's other hair types that take a little bit extra maintenance to get going. And I know mine, you know, I just kind of let her do what she's going to do, because, you know, I'll twist it, and, you know, maybe things don't come out the way that I intentionally or originally intended, but it turns out, okay? So you get the idea. So we'll just be kind of going over all the rest of my head to get this done, and I'll check back in. All right, see you soon. All right, we are all set. One thing I forgot to mention before I dipped off, so I've started kind of working around my head this way, did a couple like in the back here, and then moved all the way up here, and I thought, oh wait, for those of you who will be wearing this out like as a style, which is fine, you can, you know, it's cute. It's easier before you start working on the twist kind of in this like region here from the crown down, and then just about on either side of your temples in. You want to have like a direction of what your hair is going to do. Now, I typically part my hair on this side, so I did again here and just kind of let it go all the way back, so that way when I did my twists, these ones, when I take them out, all of the hair is going to fall to this side. On this side, the hair is going to fall to this side, and everything back this way is going back in that direction. So what do you think? We have officially twisted ourselves in. Our freckles are still cooking. Yeah, and then hopefully today, you know, if I've got enough time, I've got a couple projects that I'm working on here at home. But if I can squeeze in some time to do a look with the freckles, I will do that. If not, look for that video probably tomorrow at the very latest, you know, because these, they do last for a little while, but you know, the fresher the better. So, alrighty, you guys enjoy the rest of the day. See you next time. Bye.